Hey, and welcome to the Over 30 Clan Season 7 race number 2 here at Monza in Italy. We're doing two 10-lap races today. We are getting ready to hit the line. We're just about a minute away from our qualifying. And we'll be finishing up and starting our race momentarily. This is a two heat, 10 laps per heat race tonight. There'll be no... Turn that up, there we go. But there'll be no pit stops tonight. No need for changing tires or adding gas. So two short 10-lap heats. We are doing the heats this season. The main reason is to give competitive drivers a bit more of a chance to have a bit more consistency. So the first race is based on the qualifying. So the fastest out of qualifying is ahead in the race, and then the second heat is based off of the first heat's order in reverse. So the last player in heat number 1 will be leading the line on heat number 2 to help to add a little bit more competitiveness. If you don't do well in your first heat in a night, you still have an opportunity to do well in the second heat, and it gives players, drivers, an opportunity to be a bit more consistent and pick up some points. Rather than doing one single race of 20 laps and making one mess up, which costs you the entire night. So this way, things are a little bit more competitive. So here we are in overtime, just waiting for the drivers to finish up their last lap. Again, we are on Monza today. Monza is an incredibly cool track. It's about 5.1 kilometers long. Very long straightaways with just a few turns, really. It's an incredibly fast track, so we should see some exciting driving tonight as everyone just gets ready here. So after overtime is complete, we are going to be as Firewater smashes into Reba there, we will be going back to the pits for one last glance at all the cars before we line up for heat number 1. So here we are. So everyone's in their pits now. And we're just waiting for everyone to hit the pits, and then we're going to switch over to the actual race itself. All right, excellent. Let's take a look at the drivers. So we have Vin Daxian in an SLS AMG GT3, who will be in front this evening on the number 1 spot. Centerio Butts trailing behind by only 14 tenths of 1 second in a Nissan GTR GT3. Black Death with the BMW Z4. Reaper will be 4th with a Ferrari 488 GT3. GKEV is running a 911 RSR. Firewater is running a Huracan ST. Shoulder 6 is running a 911 RSR. And yours truly is in the Audi R8. And I will not be driving this evening because we'll be calling the race. So we have 7 drivers this evening, so it should be a pretty interesting race. We're 39 seconds away from our heat number 1. Again, this is a 10-lap heat. And the results of heat number 1 will dictate in reverse order the starting position for heat number 2. Well, thank you for checking out the Over 30 Clan. If you want to check us out, we're at over30clan.com. We are a clan dedicated to the older generation of gamers, the pioneers of the modern video gaming era. Pioneers of the Mario and coin op feeding and all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to check us out and you're a bit older, I'd like to check out an older group dedicated to the older generation of gamers. You can check us out at over30clan.com. Sure, just here at the line, about a minute away from the final countdown. I don't know if I can go back to pits right now. No, not yet. So, Assetto Corsa does not have an official spectator mode, so we do have to kind of put me back in the pit the moment it starts and then switch back to actually view the race. And we're off. So Praise back into the pits. Let's go ahead and pop it out to Vindaxian, who's already dropped back to third place. So Centurio butts out in front. Quite early, Black Death on the outside, looking to challenge him for position number 1 as they hit the first turn. Centurio butts in first position, Black Death in second, GKev out in third, Vindaxian, who we're viewing, in fourth. Wirewater in 6th, or 5th, sorry, Shoulder in 6th, and Reaper in 7th. See, Black Death trying to take Centurio Butts on the outside. Centurio Butts actually cuts that corner way too short, loses all momentum, and drops back to second place. So Black Death is now out in front. It's only 2 laps down, or 2 turns down in this first lap. You see quite a bunch up here for first and fourth. The rest of the pack drops off between 5th and 7th. Everyone following a very close line. Go ahead and pop up to GKev to get a better view of our race leaders. The Black Death is just barely in front of Centurio Butts. It looks like he might be looking for an inside push here on this turn, but decides to pull back into Black Death and draft him for a bit. Centurio Butts looking for that opportunity to pass. Using the draft to his advantage, and here he goes on the outside. And Centurio Butts make it past, neck for neck, going into the turn. Centurio Butts does have the inside line, but has to brake and get behind Black in order to make that turn. It's very tight S-bend. Black does take it a little bit wide. Centurio Butts able to take him over. So Centurio Butts is now our race leader. Black Death in second. GKev in third. Vindaxian holding in fourth. Still very competitive first and fourth. Whoops. As I lay my fingers down on the keyboard and it switches my view. Let's pop back to Black Death here. As we can see, he's trailing Centurio Butts, but only a few vehicle lengths. I do feel that Centurio Butts got a penalty on the last lap. I'll have to check the judges after the race is over, but his lap time is not coming in correctly. We are on lap number 2. Black Death taking that turn just a little bit too much, I think. A little cut there, but here's the judges will allow it. Let's pop back to GKev. Here's a better view of the field. GKev is just right on Black, and you see Vindaxian is not far behind, so still very close for the first top 4 drivers here. Centurio Butts holding his lead. Expanding it slightly as he comes around the last turn of lap number 2. GKev challenging Black here on the straightaway, manages to take him on the outside. Neck and neck going into the turn. Black Death putting his brake on a little bit late, managing to snap ahead of GKev there. Little game of chicken going into that S turn. Black definitely won. Vindaxian not far behind, challenging GKev for that 3rd position. Centurio Butts giving a little bit of a space and time between himself and Black Death, pulling ahead ever so slightly. Yeah, Monza is an incredibly fast track as GKev spins out, cuts that turn like I have never seen, manages to keep it on the track. Vindaxian taking full advantage, not only passing GKev but also Black Death. So Vindaxian snaps up into 2nd place from trailing 4th for the first 3 laps of this race. GKev also passing Black, pushing his way back into 3rd position as he takes this turn a little bit wide, goes straight into the wall, and will most likely lose his position here. So Black Death, as we can see here, is now in 3rd place. GCAV falling back to 4th. From that, spin out into the wall. Hate to see it. So going into the 4th lap, Centurion Butts is out in front. Vindaxi in the 2nd, Black Death in 3rd, GCAV in 4th, Firewater in 5th, Shoulder in 6th, and Reaper in 7th. Let's go ahead and pop back to Reaper, take a look at some of the other drivers this evening. We'll come back to the leaders in just a moment. Reaper in the Ferrari in Italy, definitely a crowd favorite. He is driving that beautiful black paint job with the sporting the Italian flag. Very fitting for Europe and Italy. Let's go pop into Shoulder, who I believe is a newer driver this season, driving the 911 Porsche. The beautiful white with an accented red and black paint job, very sleek. Now, he is putting a challenge on Firewater for that 5th position, so definitely within striking distance. So I'll have to keep an eye on this rivalry tonight. Let's flip up to Firewater. He's definitely not new to the over 30 plane racing circuit. Driving that beautiful baby blue Ferrari. Not a great looking car this evening. He is actually putting some pressure on GCAV there. You can see him in his rearview mirror. So GCAV here, after his fatal mistake, is maintaining a solid 4th position. He is about 20 seconds back, so he does have an immense amount of time to make up if he's looking to challenge the 3rd or 2nd place drivers this evening. But doable. He does have 3rd in his sights, so 5 laps is definitely enough time, and anything could happen. Let's pop up to Black Death, currently in 3rd place. Black Death driving an excellent race this evening as well, sporting the white paint job with some yellow accents. Lots of sponsors. Definitely need them for the amount of times he crashes Black Death. Someone's got to repair the side panels every race. So he's still within striking distance of 2nd as well, trailing Vindaxian by about 7 seconds. We are halfway through heat number 1. We do have 5 laps remaining, so still plenty of time. Let's pop up to Vindaxi, currently in 2nd place. He definitely has his sights set on 1st. He's driving the Mercedes. It's a white paint job with red and black accents. A very sleek looking car. I'm not sure if that's the German flag as a stripe up the middle, but it sure looks like it to me. So it looks like he's pushing up the Centurion Butts. He's trailing by about 3 seconds, so here on lap number 6. So plenty of time. Plenty of time to make a dent in 1st place if he chooses. Let's go ahead and pop up to Centurion Butts, current race leader, driving an absolutely excellent race this evening. He's got what I would consider a gunmetal gray with some black accents. Really sleek looking paint job. Black and red accents, I should say. Driving the Nissan. So let's pop back to Black Death, currently in 3rd place. See Reap, Vindaxian up there in his sights, trailing Vindaxian by about 7 seconds. Here on lap number 6. Monza is an incredibly fast track. It is essentially 4 straightaways with 3 very tricky S-bends and some sweeping turns, which make this track an incredibly quick track with only a couple tricky spots. Each straightaway is basically broken up by an S-turn. Some of them a little bit more aggressive than others. The first set of turns here, this set of S-turns that we're about to see here is the most aggressive part of this track. Drivers have to down gear quite substantially. That's the second S-turn there. Turn 4 and 5 is Black Death taking that a little bit too aggressive, hits the wall. Is he going to manage to recover? So he will be able to manage. He will manage to recover and, at least for the time being, stay in 3rd place. Let's go ahead and pop down to GCAB, see how close he actually is. So he's made up some considerable time on Black Death. So definitely has 3rd place now in his sights from that mistake. Black Death had enough of a lead to award him that smash into the wall without immediately losing his position, but definitely putting the pressure on from GCAB. Vindaxian now about 4 seconds behind Centurion Butts here in lap number 7. So these set of S-bends are the most or least aggressive, and they are turn 8, 9, and 10. They're the Ascari S-bends. And then there's one last wide sweeping right-hand turn. And then they hit the line. So, yeah, an incredibly fast track from some interesting, tricky parts that we've seen some drivers mess up tonight. Definitely keeps things interesting. So 3 laps remaining in tonight's race. Centurion Butts is out front. He is our race leader this evening as we take a look at him. Apparently with the best lap time of 150, 7:44. Only driver to hit the 150 mark. Driving an absolutely excellent race. Vindaxian not far behind. So Vindaxian's cut his deficit in half. He's now trailing by less than 2 seconds. So Vindaxian definitely making up some time as we switch over to Vindaxian's view here. So now he's within a reasonable striking distance of Centurion Butts. So Centurion Butts must be feeling some pressure seeing Vindaxian in the group from here. pop down to GCAV here. We can see he's trailing Black by about 4 seconds. Still has him in his sights. So Black Death recovering from that little mistake he made earlier, gaining a little bit of time on GCAV. So GCAV trailing by about 4 seconds. Let's pop back over to Vindaxian. It seems like it could be a competitive race as he is continuing to make ground on Centurio Butts slowly. We are on lap number 9, so only 2 laps remain. Is he going to have enough time to cut this deficit and reclaim back first place? We did see in one of the heats last week where Vindaxian was able to overtake in the very last lap and take down first place. I'm sure Centurio Butts has that in the back of his mind as he sees Vindaxian slowly gaining. Coming into the final S-bend of lap number 9. Vindaxian going a little bit wide. Manages to hold on. Doesn't lose too much momentum. To the final turn to lap number 9, getting ready for lap number 10. Vindaxian about a minute 80 behind Centurio Butts here. He's going to have to drive an incredibly fast lap in order to make up. So Vindaxian actually now reclaiming the fastest lap time from Centurio Butts by 1/100th of a second. So Vindaxian pulling out all the stops, driving his absolute best lap, maybe being able to cut down that deficit a little bit. So trailing Centurio Butts by under 2 seconds, still has him in his sights. Any sort of mess up or delay or any sort of pressure that he might be able to put on right now to force an error from Centurio Butts is probably his only hope at this point. But I'm sure we're going to see a very aggressive lap out of Vindaxian to try to challenge Centurio Butts here as they come around the first set of S-bends. We are going to have to see if there's any penalties on this race as well, because we are getting pretty close between Centurio Butts and Vindaxian. So Centurio Butts, I believe, might have taken a penalty in one of the first laps of this race, so they may have lost him just enough time for Vindaxian to take first place. But we'll have to wait till the race is over for the judges to conclude if that's the case or not. Currently, Vindaxian is trailing Centurio Butts by just about 1.2 seconds. They come around that last turn, so Centurio Butts will claim back first place. Vindaxian will come in second. Black Death. Oops, switching to the wrong person there. Sorry, Black Death. Coming around the last turn will comfortably take third place. GCAV trailing him behind about 4 seconds. Will take fifth. Reaper coming around that last turn in a comfortable 5th position. Shoulder hitting that last turn will come in 6th, and Firewater in 7th. So this concludes the first heat. The second heat will be reverse order, so Firewater will be leading us off. Shoulder will be in 2nd, Black Death in 3rd, Reaper in 4th. GCAV in 5th, Vindaxian in 6th, and Centurio Butts in the back in 7th place. A fitting reward for winning your first heat. Getting into the back of the pack, but should be an interesting second heat. As the drivers are pulling off, waiting for the other drivers to finish. So we will have a 1-minute intermission while we set up the line for the second heat. But congratulations to Centurio Butts on maintaining that first place for the vast majority of the race. So assuming there is no penalties or anything else to calculate. Let's make sure that everything is kosher. All right, we are back in the pits. Oops. Clicking on the wrong thing here. Okay, we are about a 15-second countdown from heat number 2 here. We are on the line, so Firewater is in front in Huracan ST, Shoulder in second on 911 RSR, Reaper in third, Ferrari 488 GT3, GKev in fifth, running his 911 RSR as well, Black Death in fifth with his BMW Z4, Vindaxian in sixth, SLS AMG, and Centurio Butts in seventh with Nissan GTR. We have 36 seconds before the start of this race. Should be an interesting second heat. You see the drivers here on the line. Firewater out in front of that beautiful baby blue paint job. 16 seconds away from the start of this race. And we are off. So I will go back to my pits. And let's pick off. Black Death currently shooting up to third place. And there is a pileup, taking out 3 of the cars. As you can see here, 3 of the cars all spun out. That's Shoulder, Black Death, and Firewater got tangled up there. Now in the end of the track, they all seem to be better for wear. Hopefully back into the race. Reaper up in front after the dust settles. Centurio Butts trailing in second. Let's pop up to Centurio Butts here as he is now putting some pressure on Reaper. So Reaper is out in front. Centurio Butts is in second. Vindaxian in third. And GKev in fourth. pop back to GCAV, see if we can get a view of the field. As he is right behind Vindaxian. So, in pure over 30 clan fashion, we have a little bit of a pile up there before the first turn of the race, causing Shoulder, Firewater, and Black Death to spin off, but they seem to be back on the track. That's the thing about, coming into the second heat, you have to remember your tires are ice cold. So there has to be a warm-up period, and when you're driving very aggressive, trying to take position in the very first few seconds of the race, you are going to have that situation where the tires do not stick, and you go flying across the track and accidentally take out a bunch of your fellow drivers. So it's something that you definitely have to look out for. Let's pop up to Satiro Butts. Just put some serious pressure on Reaper. He's trailing by less than 1 second. Definitely not letting Reaper feel comfortable here in his first place position. Satiro Butts making sure that he is known, that he is there and ready to challenge for that first place. Daxi not far behind with 3 seconds on Reaper as they get into lap number 2. So Firewater back about 42 seconds. I'm wondering if he's having some car trouble, but he might actually have to possibly pit. It seems like he might be having some gearing issues, but making up a little bit of time, so we might be back in, other than the windshield might be the worst of his damages. Let's see if we have any visible damage on his car this evening. I don't see anything in the rear here. So go ahead and pan to front camera. And yeah, not too bad. A little bit of damage to his front left fender, but nothing too crazy. Let's pop back up to our friend over at Vindaxian, who's currently in 3rd place. Again, Satiro Butts putting some serious pressure on Reaper. Coming through turn 5, 4, and 5, but not so aggressive S-bend. Pop up to Satiro Butts here, who has his eyes on Reaper currently in 1st place. Satiro Butts having an excellent night, leading and winning the 1st heat. Currently in 2nd position of the 2nd heat with only 3 laps down, so in a great position. He could possibly take 2 back-to-back firsts if he's able to challenge Reaper here for 1st place. Daxian also driving a very consistent race tonight, currently in 3rd. Black Death bubbling his way up to 4th place, about 10 seconds behind our leader. GCAV and Shoulders are competing, so Shoulders just passed GCAV. But GCAV was forced to take a pit. Ooh, that is terrible when there is no pits required for this race. He must have had some damage from that pileup earlier. He decided that it just wasn't worth continuing on his tires and his chassis the way it was, so he went in for a quick fix. Let's pop back up to Satiro Butts here. Reaper making a little gain on Satiro Butts. Satiro Butts trailing by about 2 seconds now. So Satiro Butts falling back just a little bit from Reaper. Reaper making up a little bit more time and space. See here, Vindaxian keeping an eye on those race leaders. So still a very competitive 1st to 3rd position. Only 5 seconds separate them. Welcome to lap number 4. It's an incredibly fast track, but these S-turns give drivers an excellent opportunity to pass if you are skillful enough or crazy enough, as it were. These S-turns do require the cars to brake exceptionally heavily in order to navigate, so it gives drivers a lot of opportunity and variance with how they approach the turn. As we see here, Santoro Butts gaining a little bit of speed, a little bit of time on Reaper. Now less than 1 second behind Reaper. Might be looking for his opportunity to strike soon. Daxian about 4.5 seconds back, making up a little time himself. You see the drivers crunching up here in first position. Let's go ahead and pop back to fourth here, Black Death. He was involved in that pileup at the beginning of the race, managed to climb his way back up to fourth position. Not bad, trailing the race leader by about 18 seconds, so quite a ways back, but to be expected with such a pileup. Driving like an absolute bat out of hell. So we haven't seen anyone beat the 151 mark yet, although the race is still young. We did see some 150s last race, with Daxian and Centurial Butts. With Daxian being, I believe, our fastest lap leader last race, by about 100th of 1 second over Centurial Butts. So very fast lap times coming out of Centurial and Daxian tonight. I don't think any of the drivers have managed to beat the 151 mark yet. Or sub 151 anyway. So fall back to Santoro Butts here, maintaining his position here. Less than a second behind Reaper, so putting some pressure on. Lap number 5, so you're about halfway through the race now. Possibly looking for his opportunity to strike. Let's go ahead and fall back to Shoulders. Currently in 5th place, 36 seconds behind our race leader, so he's in the back of the pack. He was caught up in that fiasco in the first lap as well. His car a little bit worse for wear, but definitely still seems drivable and fast, but costing him a considerable amount of time early in the lap getting involved in that pileup. So we see the 911s are both in the back with similar paint jobs. Go ahead and take a look at GKev here. GKev is trailing by about 2 seconds. Currently in 6th position, has Shoulder in his sights. Both driving for the same team this evening. The Ferrari 911. GKev taking that a little bit aggressive, manages to hold on. Shoulder taking that a little bit wide, giving GKev an opportunity to pass. So Shoulder will drop back to 6th place, giving GKev an opportunity to roll up to 5th. Keeping an eye on our race leader, Reaper is still out in front. Santoro Butts dropping back by 3/10 of 1 second. We're seeing a little bit of time and space being put between those two drivers. We'll check back with them in just a second. In Firewater, who we haven't seen much this race, with the damage rate windshield, managing to hold on to 7th, about a full minute and 10 seconds behind. So I think he might have had some car trouble, or got the worst of the pileup. An unfortunate occurrence for sure. Let's pop back up to Centurial Butts here, who's, again, right on Reaper's butt. He's cut his lead down considerably, so he's still within 1 second striking distance of Reaper. And Daxton still trailing by about 4 seconds in 3rd place. So are we going to see 2 back-to-back first places from Centurial Butts tonight? Definitely has the opportunity to do so. We're going to look for his opportunity. He's going to look for his opportunity to strike here. With only 4 laps remaining, that time window is shrinking. Let's pop up to Reaper. Take a look at what his view is like. We'll see Centurial Butts just dancing in his rearview mirror. And Daxian, he's got to definitely put some pressure onto him. Reaper driving a very clean race, managing to avoid all the problems at the beginning of the race, maintaining his first place position so far. Oh, hits the grass, almost loses control, manages to hold on, but is this going to give Centurial Butts an opportunity that he's been looking for, going on to the outside and managing to pass Reaper on the straightaway. So Centurion Butts will move up to first place. Reaper will drop back to second, but for how long? This Reaper's looking to be very aggressive on the inside of Centurion Butts. They are battling for first place. So Reaper will take the inside, reclaim back that first position. But here's Centurion Butts entering again on the outside, taking Reaper on the straightaway. Coming into a very aggressive S-turn on lap number 7 here, so they're going to have to downshift quite fast. Centurion Butts managing to hold on to that S-turn, so he's able to maintain that first place position. Reaper putting some serious pressure on, so this is definitely a battle between Centurion Butts and Reaper for that first place. Daxian also closing his gap by about 1:30. Or sorry, 1.3 seconds. So Vindaxian is now suddenly in the mix as well for this first place position. Let's go ahead and pop back to Reaper here as he's putting some serious pressure. Definitely doesn't want his first place finish to go to waste with only 3 laps remaining, so he's going to be putting some pressure on Centurion Butts for that first place finish. Looking to possibly take him on the outside here. Opts not to. Oh, then he slings out to the outside. They are tire to tire as he inches past Centurion Butts. Centurion Butts answering back with his own answer, popping back up to first place here on the straightaway. Centurion Butts tucking in, Reaper tucking in behind Centurion Butts for this S-turn bend. Being very aggressive. Centurion Butts taking that turn a little bit wide. Both of them collide into one another. Oh, this is absolutely terrible as Vindaxian takes advantage but manages to get caught up in the collision himself, but somehow stays on the track. I mean, he got hit in the front pretty heavily but manages to hold on. So Vindaxian is taking advantage of all those mistakes and pops back up to first place. Reaper now in second, Black Death in third. As Centurion Butts drops all the way back to 4th place. Ah, you hate to see it. Vindaxian crossing the line, lap number 8, with a commanding lead over the rest of the pack because of that mix-up. So Vindaxian just in a perfect position to take advantage, although he did not come out of that unscathed. He definitely got hit up pretty heavily there, but he managed to keep it straight. So he definitely comes out on top in terms of the first place position as of right now, with a fairly decent lead. As long as there's no car trouble, he might be able to maintain that first place position. Reaper now in second, Black Death in third, and Centurion Butts dropping all the way back to 4th place, 17 seconds behind the race leaders. Ooh. Anything can happen. 2 laps remaining, or 3 laps remaining. So let's pop back up to Reaper here, currently in second place, trailing Vindaxian by about 3 seconds. So Vindaxian has one hell of a lead going into finishing up lap number 8 here, going to lap number 9. So only 2.3 laps remain. Daxian is out in front with a comfortable lead, about 3 seconds on Reaper, currently in second. Black Death trailing Reaper by about 6 seconds in 3rd place. Centurion Butts trailing by 19 full seconds in 4th. G-Cab Shoulder and Firewater both fairly far behind in 5th, 6th, and 7th respectively. Definitely an interesting start to the race and end of the race. 2 major collisions involving 3 cars or more. Major shake-up of the standings. And Vindaxian somehow comes out in front unscathed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the damage on the driver. So Reaper is not looking too bad. Let's take a look at Black Death here. Again, he's not looking too Satira Butts probably got the absolute worst of it, but he's a little banged up hood, but nothing too crazy. Little gaps between some of the panels, but definitely still drivable. Reaper closing his gap to about 1 second here. Putting some pressure on Vindaxing, so able to make up some time over the last lap or so. Vindaxing taking that turn a little bit wide, so it's going to be a very competitive last lap here as they go into... We're coming to the final bend here of lap number 9, going into lap number 10. And Daxian in front, Reaper trailing by less than half a second. Black Death within 3 seconds in third place. Satira Butts in a fairly distant but comfortable fourth. GCAV, Shoulders, and Firewater in 5th, 6th, and 7th, respectively. Reaper here taking Vindaxing on the outside. It's another shake-up of our standings. Reaper being very aggressive before this first S-turn and has to back off and slide in behind Vindaxing. Definitely don't want to overcommit on this first major turns here. Turns 1 and 2. Incredibly aggressive S-bend. So you don't want to be in the wrong position or you will take that extremely wide. But Reaper looking to be very aggressive. We're definitely going to see a fight here for first place coming out of Reaper. Vindaxing definitely getting the pressure. Oh, Reaper having to avoid a collision there and come to almost a complete stop on this turn in order to not hit Vindaxing. Vindaxing taking full advantage, maintaining his first place position. It's definitely some aggressive driving coming out of Reaper. He's going to have to be very careful that he doesn't also get involved in Vindaxing in any sort of accident. So he's being careful not to ruin his second place position. Black Death is within 3 seconds, so if any major event were to occur between Vindaxing and Reaper, it could cause Black Death to be able to reclaim back or claim first place for the first time in this race. Vindaxing taking that turn very aggressively, Reaper following suit. We're about 3/4 of the way done, lap number 10. Reaper looking to be very aggressive here, trailing Vindaxing, firing out to the outside. Managing to inch past him, so Vindaxing is falling back to second place. Reaper out in first, at least for now. Although Vindaxing does have the inside position, Reaper taking that turn just a little bit wide. So Vindaxing will take back that first place position just as they come to the end of the line. So Vindaxing will be our first place finisher today. Reaper in second. Black Death coming across the line in third. Satira Butts in a very comfortable fourth position as he comes around the final bend as well. GCAV managing to hold on there is in a fairly comfortable 5th place, being trailed by Shoulders, who's about 10 seconds back. Shoulders coming around the last turn as well will be our 6th place finisher, and Firewater will finish this race in 7th place. Let's check in with the drivers, see how everything's going. Hey guys.
Hey,
well, that was an interesting one, wasn't it?
Indeed.
There's two collisions, one at the beginning, one near the end, and that involved 3 or more drivers. Vindaxing, I don't know how the heck you stayed on the track.
I just blew right through Centurio. I don't know.
Fairy godmother that sits on his shoulder, apparently.
Right? I mean, I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week, right? So, but man, I don't know how you managed to stay straight, but you definitely were involved in that collision, but you just kind of plowed right through him.
Yeah, I got lucky. But honestly, I saw him pop out, I just kept the gas down and counter steered through it, and somehow I come out straight. So
Yeah, no,
got lucky.
I'm sure it's a little skill and a lot of luck. And hey, I mean, I think anyone here would take it. So, so congratulations, Reaper. Nice, nice job challenging for first place there. You almost had him.
Yeah, it was close, but I broke too late in the last turn.
Yep, you fell back when you should have gone forward, and we all, it happens.
Yeah.
Well,
he watched it. He watched the race.
The stream didn't get to catch that part, but people were trash talking Reaper to get him to mess up. So that's what happened.
Yeah, you should be a way to listen in on that.
Drivers chat one.
Really good job. Keep it up, and immediately he twitched.
Drivers chat one, Reaper
well, I mean,
zero.
If the announcing position was a paid position, there could be an opportunity to put in Carl Black, right? Record all the driver banter, and then we can overlay some of the driver banter on top of the video.
Yeah, we can just put
that seems
Craig
like
in here.
An incredible amount of work that none of us really want to do. So, but no, great race, guys. That was a really entertaining 2 sets.
Fun. Yeah, thanks for letting me join. That was a blast.
Yeah, Shoulder, that was your debut race with the Over 30 Clan, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
6th place too.
Yeah, my last lap I spun on that back S. I caught the curb and spun the car.
Oh, we got it. It's going to be part of our commercial next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, how not to do it? Well, at least I didn't get recorded going in the neutral around the last corner.
Part of our bloopers reel.
Oh no, we caught that too. We got cameras everywhere. No, I'm kidding. We didn't catch that.
No, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, this is a very low budget performance we got going on here. Vindaxian, do you know the track next week offhand? The format?
I can tell you.
The calendar. I added them all to the calendar all the way through the season.
So it will be Brands Hatch.
Brands Hatch, fantastic. Is
2
it
12 lappers.
12 feet. Very good. So congratulations, Centurio and Vindaxian.
Thank you
for the wins tonight.
Cheaters.
Welcome your driver's shoulders.
Vindaxian's the admin, by the way. You wonder why he didn't spin out when he got into a major collision. You can
damage is off for him.
Yeah, I turned car damage off and drove right through him, and then turned it back on.
Right? Yeah, he has a toggle. He has a toggle switch. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran my 2 best laps though in that race.
Right, no, I think Reaper can testify that last lap my car was very slow. So
yeah, that's why I backed off both times. Though, pray.
Oh yeah, you're just making sure that it was going to be a fair ending to the race.
I didn't want to wreck either one of us, and then I knew my car was faster, so I tried to take him in the straight. Yeah.
How did that work out for you? You should have just like pitted.
Didn't work. Well,
should have just like got
honestly,
right up on his bumper and swiped him off the track, and then he would have been fine.
It would have worked fine if I did the last turn like I usually do.
I did give you room. You had the full.
No, I know.
No, I let you win. No. I let you win. Well, congratulations, guys.
Reaper, you wouldn't even have been in that position if I wouldn't have wrecked you the first race.
That's probably true. I would have probably got caught up with you guys in the back. That first crash at the beginning, right?
Though I don't think I hit you very hard. Maybe Opre saw it.
Well, I mean, we'll let the Twitch clips sort everything out, right? I'm sure I'm sure someone will clip something at some point.
Did you see that in the first race, though, Opre?
The first race collision. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, near. It takes me a few seconds to like go to the pit and then switch back to spectator, but so I may have caught it. I don't know why they just don't add a spectator mode to this damn game, but one of these days we'll race something that makes it friendly for the spectators, but one day. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sign off. Congrats, guys. It was definitely a fun race tonight. A lot smoother, a lot less bugs with the programming of indexing.
Oh, thanks.
So,
we're good.
Yep, doing good.
Reverse order worked well. Okay,
because we didn't have to restart 3 times for Reaper.
Yeah, no one dropped. I mean, it was one of those rare incidents where everything went smooth. All right, so congrats, guys. All right, so thank you for checking us out here at the Over 30 Clan. If you want to learn more about what the Over 30 Clan is all about, check us out at over30clan.com. We are a refuge for the older generation of gamers, the coin-op feeding, Mario Kart loving, pioneers of the video game internet. So you guys check us out at over30clan.com. We also have a lot of other media like blog sites. You can check us out at blog.over30clan.com. We're also on SoundCloud. We do have a weekly, or sorry, I should say more of a bi-weekly podcast or monthly podcast. Check us out at SoundCloud at Over30Clan USA. And we look forward to seeing you guys here. We're pretty much here every Friday at 11 Eastern here on Twitch, streaming our season. So it should be a fun season, so feel free to check us out. And thank you so much. I'm Will Prey, taking you through the festivities for this evening, and thank you for checking us out, and have a good rest of your night.